So, you want to edit videos but have no idea where to start? Well, guess what? CapCut's here to save your chaotic content life. Get ready to add mind-blowing effects, catchy sounds, and transform boring clips into pure magic.
Okay, good day everyone. I'm Steven, known as Smart Steve. So today I'll be teaching you how to use the CapCut app to edit your videos, your pictures and other stuff. So first of all, we'll be heading over to our Play Store and search for CapCut. We'll be using this app over here. We'll be installing this app over here, this app. So after installing it, you head home and then you open your CapCut. It should bring you to an interface like this. But if you are just installing it new, you won't see these my projects that are here. The only thing you will see is your projects here, this over here, with nothing. This under it will be blank. We have our auto cuts, our retouch, our auto enhance, auto caption, camera, remove background, audio editor and other tools. But for now, I'll be teaching you how to use this to edit your videos. So first of all, we head over to our new project, which is at the top. I'll select any two videos. You are going to use, click on this small circle button on top of here to select the video. So I'll select these two. So after selecting them, you click on the add under and it will open the video for you. I'm going to reduce the volume for 2 so that it won't overshadow my voice. So to edit the video, you click on this clip over here. You click on it. After clicking on it, you will see this white frame around it, and then you come under here to volume. You will see volume under here. You click on the volume and then you reduce it. I'm reducing it to the lowest, but what I did now only affected this first video. The second video is still over there. So second video I will do the same. I'll reduce the volume to the lowest. Okay, so for the first part, I'm going to be cutting clips. So how to cut your clips? You can cut your clips from the middle and from the end. Advisable from the end, you can decide to cut it by clicking on the video and then you press the split button here, or you can as well just put your hand on this line here, this white line, and trim it from there. You will notice that once you put your hand there, it is trimming. You can decide to trim it from here, or you split. You click on this split button under, you split and then delete. You can decide to delete from here, but if you don't want it like that, you can decide to trim it. But from middle, you cannot trim it. The only thing you can do is split. Let's say I don't want it to come from this 42 seconds to 45 seconds. I want that 3 seconds cut. So I'm going to zoom out the video by placing your 2 fingers on the screen and then dragging it out, zooming it out. So I can decide to put this white line here. So I'll put this white line over here, this white line. I'll put it and make sure it is on this 42 that is over here. So as I've put it on 42, I'll press my split button. After splitting it, I come over to 45. I make sure I'm as accurate. I'll come to 45, I press split again, and then you notice we have a clip in the middle. So you can put your 2 fingers back and zoom in. So if you notice, we have 3 clips now. We have this, the one you want to delete. If you can notice, if you see this, you will see that the time here is showing 3 seconds, which means what you did was correct. If it's showing 3.1, you have to recheck your video to see if the audio is in sync. But now I've reduced the volume, so I'm knowing I know what I want to delete is 3 seconds. So you click on this delete button, which is under here. So you click on delete and then the video is gone. I have the one at the left and the one at the right. So that's it for cutting. So we are going to be adding text. If you notice, there were times we call them subtitles under here. We can add them through CapCut. You can add them through CapCut by clicking on, if your video is selected, you have to click on an empty screen, maybe under here. You have to click on it to deselect it, and then you click on text. So after you click on your text, you click on the text. You can decide to use text or auto caption, but for those using the free version, you have limited auto caption. I think it's just 1 or 2 sometimes you can use the auto caption, or you can use the add text. Now right now I can't use auto caption because I've reduced the volume of my text. So if I'm right now, I'll just add your text, and then let's just assume I'll be using Smart Steve, that's my name. Okay, so I'll be using this. You reduce your, and then you choose the animation you want to use. You come to your fonts. Let's assume I use italic. You notice this fonts changed. I come to my style. Besides, in your fonts, if you notice here, there are different types of fonts. You can use branded fonts, trending, elegant, heading. We have several types here: handwriting, cartoon, creative, basic. So we have several types. Make your choice. Under styles is where you decide what you want to do. So here, because if you are doing video editing, you have to be color wise. Here I have several colors, so I wouldn't want it to be look like a color competition. So I have red somewhere, so I can just put this the Smart Steve and take it somewhere up and decide I want to use red. You can choose your red from here, or since they already have a red and white logo for me here, so I can just choose it. One of them that they recommended, I can choose this red and white. Here I can decide to choose the text size. I guess this is okay, and then the opacity if I don't want it to be showing very well. The white that is still showing is because that is not the text. This is only working for the text. You also have your brand color, your stroke. I don't have any brand color here because I haven't added it. The stroke, the width of the stroke, let's assume I want to use black. That is the outline. If you notice here, I can reduce it, and then let's assume I want to use yellow as. Then I'll reduce the opacity, the width of this outline. Let me leave it like that. How I want it to glow. There are two types of the glowing here. You can see the intensity. If I'm increasing the intensity, it is increasing and then the range. You can see that as I'm also increasing the range, it's also increasing the intensity, but I'll leave my intensity not to be too deep. And then we also have this other glow. Let me use this other glow to show. You see that this glow has more. I actually like this glow. The intensity too, it works for the same thing, but I'll don't the range to the same. And then the background, I can choose to have a background because there are some text that you will have that is not just one line. Like the one at the beginning of the video, you will notice it wasn't just one line. So you can choose to have the background to just follow a straight line. You can choose to have the background to follow a straight line, or you can just make it to follow the text. It means like if I am having I am a boy on the first line, and the second one is just having who, and the third line is having is a girl. The first line will have I am a boy, the background will fit it. The second line will have a background which will enter inside, and it's just that who. That's the work of this second background. That's the work of the second background. The corner radius is working for if you want the background to be more like a circle, or you want it to be a square stuff. The opacity too is for like transparency, but I don't want any background in mind. So shadow is, what color of shadow do you want it to be? If you are seeing the shadow, whether you want it to be coming down, the distance of the shadow, this distance of the shadow. There are some videos you see that it looks like it is 3D. Shadow is what they use. Like, let's look at it now. If you see that my distance now, I am increasing it, you see that it is going towards one side. If I use black as a shadow, it will look like as if it's this. The text is a 3D now. I can increase the opacity of the shadow. Reducing it makes it look more real. So opacity, and then the blur. You are seeing what this is. Actually, I have to prefer leaving my blur at lowest, so you will see that it is for the Steve. Let me increase my distance a bit. Not that's too much. Okay, I prefer something like this. Opacity, something like this is better. Then for the curve, there are just two types of curve here. You see what this is for. You can decide to make it circle. Maybe you are just forming your logo and you want your logo to be circle. That's what this is for, but I don't prefer using curve. Spacing, you know what spacing is for. You see what this is. Size, scale is size. Character is the space between the S and N. The space between those characters, how you want it to be. And line is if you're having several lines, the space you want to be between the first line and the second line. Yeah, I'm having just one line, so line will not have any effect on this. Yes, it's only character that will have effect. You see what I'm talking about, but actually I prefer it on 0. Let me keep my line on 0 too. to my font type. I actually call this, here they call it bold italic, but I actually call it text design, because here we can make our bold text, or we can make our text bold, italic, or underlined. For example, this B here is bold. If I tap it, you notice that the text became bolder. The I is italic. You can use 3 of them all together. Like now I'm using bold and italic. If I remove the italic, you see that the text straightens, the italic makes it curve, and then underlined underlines it under. But I'm not using any of them. Case, if you are just writing a text and then you don't know the type of text, maybe you made a mistake in the, so rather than you going back to be cleaning it, you can choose to make all of them capital letter by clicking on the first one. The second one makes all of them small letter, and the third one makes the character of all the first words. Like if you are writing I am a boy, I will be capital, A will be capital, the A again will be capital, and the B in boy will be capital. The first character in every single word will be capitalized, which is actually the one I prefer using. So that's it for styles. Under effects, we have different type of effects. You see the effect. Animation is also for, animation also is like this templates. That's what animation is for. Bubbles. So animation is also like templates. We have our bubbles. Bubble here is like, if you see that it is a line man, stick man that I am using, maybe I just want it to be a thought that he's using, I can put this to have maybe something like this, and then I'll position it to his mouth, so it will look like as if it is him that is saying it. Let's say something like this. So with the animation, I can choose it to be, maybe he's saying Steve, smart Steve. I can choose it to have this ABC 1 2 3. I don't want to do that now, because if I do that, the video will play. Let's use it. You see smart Steve, the video is going to play. So bubbles, just that's what bubbles is for. You see there are several options here for bubbles. There are several options here for bubbles. And then for presets, I mean, we just have our defaults. I actually prefer not using presets. It's just like the text you want it to be, but I use smart Steve, so I'm going to use smart Steve. That's what preset is for. Is the text, the default text. Once you say you want to add the text, it is enter text that it will show there for you. So if you are using default, it will delete every single thing. So I advise you not to use preset, not to use defaults. Just leave it on, not using nothing. Smart Steve. So all my settings here, it has gone away. All your settings will go away if you use that. So that's that for all this. And then so let's, after all this, if I say I don't want this again, I can just come here to my delete button under and just press delete. It's going to delete. So I'll be showing you how to add transition in between videos. There are some videos you see now that maybe I watched a video on YouTube that a guy was thinking, and then he showed like a good light coming up and showing that he was thinking. So I'm going to show you how to do that. We have 2 videos for this first clip, this video. So come to this white line here, you click on the white line, and then you see transitions, different transitions. Like the one I watched, it was camera glow they use as a video editor. You don't get. So we have camera glow. There are different transform shimmers. Transform shimmer. We have monster jaws, red envelope. Let me use red envelope because of its red background I'm using. We also have overlay, light effects, camera. They are all transitions. So after the transitions, now we are heading over to how to add your music. If I am selecting this video here, and I want to add my music, you click on an empty space, and then you come over to here. If this is like this, because of the text you clicked on before, you have to come here to go back, and then click on audio. After you click on audio, they will give you options to either, maybe you have a video you've created before, or you downloaded a video and then you want to use that sound, you can use this extract button. You want to use sounds that you have on your phone, or maybe sound from a TikTok sounds, you can use these sounds and record this. If you want to record your own audio, that's this record text to audio. You know what text to audio is? You write the text into translate it to audio. But now I want to use sounds. So I'll be using sounds. I'll click on sounds. It will bring me here. Here I have, these are TikTok videos and CapCut videos. I have not linked this to my TikTok, so I'll choose here. Let's assume I want to use this. So I select it. I press. This is if you want to use this type of audio, but if not, let me delete this and then use an audio that is in my phone. So I click on audio, I click on sounds. After clicking on sound, you see you have a sign here that looks like file manager. You click on that and then you click from device. You can choose to extract your audio from video, just like the first button there, but this is a longer way. Here's your extracted audios that you've extracted before. That's this extracted there, you've extracted before, maybe you want to use it again, and then you can choose from device. If I'm choosing from device, you see I have different type of songs, different sounds that are here. Maybe this is for, maybe you see all these content creators that you see, make una help me, so you can choose to add it from here. Maybe you download it from their different site that gives sounds for content creators, so you can download it and then you add it from your device over here. So that's for adding of sounds. Okay, so after you're through with your editing your text, you can now choose to, after you're through, before you export, you scroll over to the ending part, and then you see that once you come here, if you are playing your video, it has this CapCut ending. I normally delete it because first of all, I don't like it. They are just advertising CapCut for them, and then I don't like it. It doesn't say professional, so I normally just click on it and then you delete it from this button under here. You delete it. So after deleting, if you are using the free version, the AI Ultra HD is actually on free trial. You cannot use it for, you see here that I have just one use. You cannot use it except you are using the pro version. So you click on export. Here you come here to edit the quality. You come here to edit the quality of your video. Like you want it to be 1080p. You see that 1080p has this diamond sign beside it. It means it is a standard use. It is for only pro people that are using pro. And then you see it upgrade to export in high quality. But I am not upgrading, so you have 720p, the frame rate 60. If you are seeing that as I'm doing all this, just be noticing this estimated file size under here now it is on 203 MB. It's on 203 MB. If I reduce the frame rate, you see that it has gone to 131 MB. So the higher your video, the frame rate, resolution, code rate, and then even AI Ultra HD. If I reduce AI Ultra HD, it's not really affecting it. But the code rate, it has increased to 174. Frame rate, it has increased to 232. So you can leave it on recommended and then on 30. I normally recommend 30 so just to reduce space. It's still going to export your video in high quality. If you are true with that, you can, before you export your video, you can watch it by yourself. You scroll to the beginning, you click on this icon over here, and then you watch it by yourself. You press play, you watch it by yourself to see how. If you're using the pro version, you see this CapCut sign by here that is over here. You can delete it if you're using the free version. Okay, so you just click on this pencil button at the top of the click on this pencil button at the top of the you can either click on the pencil button at the top of the video. You are using a standard feature, one use left, that's for HD, or you can just click on this AI Ultra HD where you come for the resolution of your video, and then you see watermark here. You click on the CapCut. You can choose to keep it hidden, but the hidden is actually a pro feature. But for now, I still have 4 uses for free. That's because I installed CapCut not long ago. I had to delete and install again. So you can keep it hidden if you want, or you can keep it visible. It doesn't still do any damage. Let's just say I keep mine hidden for now. If you are keeping it visible, you can choose where you want it to be. Right now it is over here. Right now it is over here. If I want it to upper right, it is over here. Lower right. If I want it to be at the lower right, it is over here. If I want it lower left, it is over here. So all this I'm keeping my hidden. So after you are through with this, you come here. You watch your video. After watching your video, you see that my CapCut watermark is no longer both left, top right, top left, top middle. I'm not seeing it at all. After watching your video, you can click here to minimize the video back to editing. You can forward it to the end. Make sure you are not forgetting anything. You watch it. After watching it, if you want to add another picture, you click on this plus sign here, you add another picture, and then after you're through, you click on export. After exporting, it will take some time to export. After the time it takes to export your video depends on the quality you set and how long your video is. Like if you are using maybe an hour to create your video, you might want to compress it before going to edit it, because if you can't be expecting a video that is using 200 MB to be exporting at the same pace a video of 2 gig will be exporting. So this might be more, this is a bit high, not that high. That's why it is taking time. So after you export your video, you don't leave from this page, or else it won't export. So after you export your video, you go to your photos and then you meet it there. Thank you very much. Don't forget to follow, comment CapCut, and I will send you a link to download the pro version of CapCut for free.